Hi, I'm Mike,
And I'm Henry, and welcome to our Namaqua to Richtersveld adventure.
where I'm driving my Suzuki Jimny.
And I'm driving the Defender 130. Good morning. We are at Tierhoek, and the mist has settled in overnight. As you can see, it is quite misty and very cold at this moment. I had to button up my top button. Jeremy Loops is playing in the background inside the cave. Pretty awesome sound right there. Everyone's getting their coffees, boiling water on the stove, and we're just enjoying this beautiful view of the mist on the mountains.
Coffee?
Yeah,
Sorry, sir, we're all out of coffee.
I would like tea, please. Yes, I would like some tea.
For some reason, breakfast served off the ground at camping always tastes better. After leaving one of my favorite campsites, Tierhoek, which we accidentally stumbled upon the previous day, we set off with some corrugated trails onto the main big road into the official Richtersveld area.
Mike, what you doing?
I'm just hanging out. Yo, buggy get hierdie grond so maklik op. Jimny is hierdie van
As we were approaching just over 300 kilometers, the Jimny's tank was running quite low, so we opted to stop in the next town, fill up to reach our destination where we would fill up again in Singling Drift right next to the border.
Mike, what's your fuel situation at the moment?
My light just came on. I think about, I'm not sure if I'm gonna make the next town.
Okay, I think we have to refill you in Kubos. We'll get some fuel from the main tank and then we just pour it into the Jimny, okay?
That can work. If I can have 20 liters, I can definitely make 10 extra.
Yeah, well, 20 liters is half a Jimny tank, eh?
Yeah, about that.
Okay, cool.
As we drove into Kubos for the first time ever, we found this great old little church, the perfect spot for a quick snack and to refuel the Jimny to continue on with our journey.
We camped right here last night, Tierhoek. Here's Extenfontein, and we travelled up here to Kubos. And then, later today, we're going back up to Singling. The poor little Jimny needs some more fuel, so we're just draining out of the big tank into the jerry cans and then refilling the Jimny until we get to Singling, where there's fuel stations. 20 liters should do, Mike?
Yep.
Hopefully. The reason why I'm using the spout instead of the pourer of the jerry can is this one's got a little filter in it.
Yeah.
And as you can already see, there's little bits that would have gone into the tank, into the fuel filter. Yeah, let's go, Mike.
Now thank goodness, as we arrived at the fuel station, there was still fuel left for both vehicles. If not, the closest town to South African side is Alexander Bay, 90 kilometers, but about an hour and a half's drive there. The fuel station had more than enough fuel to quench Pugly's thirst and fill up the Jimny as well. After checking in at the reception, we set off to do our 40 kilometers to our campsite, which took us about 2 hours to drive, as it was a very slow going route, mostly low range driving. The Ice Richtersveld Transporteer Park covers more than 6,000 square kilometers. 27% of it is far northwest in South Africa. The quickest way to get to the South African entrance is via Port Nolloth, Alexander Bay, just 90 kilometers away. However, the more scenic route to the park is via Kubos, Lackersing and Extinctfontein, which will give you an idea of what makes this region so special. The geology and plant life of the Richtersveld are special. Some rocks are up to 200 million years old, and the area is rich in botanical biodiversity. Small wonder the park is declared a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 2017. If you watched the other episodes, you would have noticed the amazing drone shots we got from this landscape. Now, unfortunately, drones are banned from South African national parks. It's advised not to go into the Richtersveld without a really detailed map, as getting lost in this area is no joke at all. Invest in a good map and take a GPS loaded with the latest updates. And also remember to calculate distance in hours rather than kilometers.
Good morning. This is day 1 in the Richtersveld, the whip officially, and we woke up this morning with the river right in front of us. Nice campsite, there's pollutions. Furthermore, no electricity, no hot water, no drinking water as far as we know. So that's a bit of a problem. Michael's going to fetch some water from the stream, fresh water side, and that's going to be our cooking water and tea, coffee water. Cheers, Mike.
Whether you are camping in the wilderness, camp chalets, you need to be self-sufficient in terms of food, water and medical supplies. Bring your own firewood and drinking water. Carry drinking water with you at all times. Well, this we learned very shortly.
We've got the chefs in the kitchen this morning. French sandwich breakfast.
Summer temperatures can get above 50 degrees, while winter days are still warm to hot.
Kan ik op mijn stoel zitten, alsjeblieft?
Sure.
Oké. Gaan jullie op daarna zitten?
Ja.
Oké.
Nee, dat is niet normaal.
Oh, that's so cool!
We're going on a little adventure floating down the river, and I'm going to try and catch a fish.
I guess no space my hand is for lotion.
The area comprises of about 220 kilometers of 4x4 tracks in the South African section, mostly sand and rocky terrain. Preferably you need a high clearance 4-wheel drive vehicle with low range capability. At the bare minimum you should carry extra fuel, tow rope, spare tire repair kit and a decent jack.
Right, we are at Richtersveld right now, just about 10 kilometers southeast of the Whip, the main campsite, and Mike's just inflating the last little tubey, and then we're gonna float down this river. The spot is actually quite nice, a bit better than our spot. We are back at the campsite at the Whip after a nice swim, and Mike is going to cook us up a lekker potjie tonight.
Beef, cow.
Yep, an oxtail potjie.
Yes, oxtail potjie.
Yes, it's gonna be beautiful. Now it's time to fry the meat. And the onions first, glaze the meat.
First step of making potjie.
After a very long day's hard work of four-wheel driving, swimming and tubing down the river, it was time to start our oxtail potjie for the evening. 3 hours later and the potjie was ready, smelling and tasting absolutely wonderful. It didn't take long for the group to dig in and almost finish the potjie. Probably one of the best camping recipes and one of our favorites. And what a great way to end the trip. This concludes the final episode of our Namaqua to Richtersveld 4-wheel drive adventure. Thank you to each and everyone's support on YouTube and all the other 4-wheel drive forums for following us on our journey to explore and having the privilege to share this wonderful adventure of the Northern Cape in South Africa. The adventure had some ups and downs, but with a big thanks to our friends, we managed to make it all work out, and with some great stories to tell in the end. For those interested in our routes on this trip, we'll provide a link in the comment section below to Tracks for Africa file. I'd like to thank Burnco 4x4 for the excellent work they did on Puglia the Landy just weeks before our big adventure trip. Feel free to contact them for any body repair work or custom 4-wheel drive accessories. Make sure you're subscribed and also clicked on the bell icon to be notified of our next Q&A video on the Namaqua to Richtersveld adventure. Cheers! See you guys next time.